And joining us is Dr. Sherif Amir, an professor of international relations. Good evening to you, sir. Sir?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Sir, can you tell us more about the conference, the Africa Climate Summit, and the significance of having such a summit in the African continent?
Well, this is a great opportunity to show the world that Africa is not disconnected from the outside world. We have seen recently that Africa is the hub of the attention of many movements of liberation, and this was because Africa is very rich with the renewable resources, and it has the solar energy, it has the agricultural energy, it has the human resources, so it's full of riches. And now that the climate change is happening in this way, we are seeing that the whole world is searching for a pure energy, and the pure energy is in Africa. And now that all the planet is recognizing the importance of Africa, it means that Africa is the future. And the French president, former French president Nicolas Sarkozy, wrote an article about it. And a few days ago, the Russian president Vladimir Putin said it, that he endorses the same idea, that the future is in Africa. There will be 1 billion persons living on this continent, and this continent would be the hub of the energy in the future. So we are very proud of it.
Yes. Sir, they also spoke about during the summit the fact that climate funding is a necessity that must happen when it comes to the African continent, specifically that there was a pledge during COP27 of $100 billion annually to fund climate-related investments. Do you think that these pledges are possible given that the African continent is very keen on having this funding to combat the climate change?
Well, I think that things are changing now. It's going around in the contrary way. I mean that now it's when a country like Niger, for example, today raises the prices of uranium for the first time in its history. And we all know uranium is used for the clean energy for the nuclear plants. That means that Africa, if it goes in this way, sooner the countries like in Europe would not be just trying to give them some money to live. No, they will ask for the opportunity to invest in these countries. So I think that now the African countries are slowly going to be nations who have, like the Gulf states, who have the riches in their hands, and they do not wait for donations. We would not wait, as African countries, we would not wait for donations because we have the energy, we have the source, exactly like the Gulf states. Gulf states don't wait for donations. They give the oil, and they know they have the very good price. Like today, the oil price has risen. So it's the same thing with the uranium in Niger. Think about it. You will have every riches in Gabon, in Burkina Faso, with the gold, with the mines of diamonds, with the solar system. Imagine all that in the hands of the African countries. No one would need donations from outside countries anymore.
Okay, Dr. Sherif Amir, Professor of International Relations, thank you so much for joining us over the phone. We're going to take a short break and move on with the rest of the episode.